350 cases of bowel cancer have been detected in the North East because of a new screening centre in Gateshead. But many more cases could be going undetected because people are reluctant to do a simple test.
And now one of our region's footballing heroes is backing a campaign to get more people to respond to the pleas to take the test. His own life was saved when tests discovered in time that he too had cancer. Derek Proud reports.
Bobby Moncur may just have become a pensioner, but he's still a North East sporting legend. At 65, he's still signing autographs. But his biggest test in all those 65 years in which he captained Newcastle, Sunderland and Scotland had nothing to do with his playing career.
And off the line by Moncur.
In 2007, he was diagnosed with bowel cancer. He went to have the test after reading an article about England captain Bobby Moncur, who died from the disease.
Oh, Bobby Moncur, captain of England when I was captain of Scotland, so I think there's a message there for you, Bob. And I picked the phone up, and next thing I knew I was in getting tests, and they discovered I did have a tumour, and it was very capably sorted.
Today, Bobby opened the new North East Bowel Cancer Screening Hub at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Gateshead. The hub has sent out almost 1 million invitations for screening and received back more than 540,000 test kits. That means 12,000 kits are now being sent out every week. But of those, only 7,000 are being sent back. And that's the figure Bobby wants to increase.
There's 5,000 people out there every week who should be taking the test, because if you think about it, okay, you do the test, it's quite simple, comes back here. If you've got a problem, you're far better knowing about it than not. On the other hand, if you don't have a problem when you send the test in, it makes you feel better, doesn't it?
The test is a simple one which involves sending very small samples back to the lab. But it's a test which could be a matter of life and death.
It is the first screening programme to include men. So us men ought to put aside whatever we think about it and get it done, because it'll save our lives.
As I say to the men, when I go around the North East, I tell men of my age, look, if you don't want to do it for yourself, for goodness sake, do it for your family, because it might just save your life.
Derek Proud in Gateshead.
Like a ticket to the match, but actually it could save your life. It's a very simple method that doctors hope will help them detect bowel cancer in people aged between 60 and 75. Well, today, former Newcastle United and Sunderland footballer Bob Moncur officially opened a new screening facility for bowel cancer at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Gateshead. The team there say they've potentially saved around 2,000 lives already. Tanya Shannon reports.
Who better to declare this North East Bowel Cancer Screening Hub officially open than Bob Moncur? The former Sunderland and Newcastle player has dealt with colon cancer himself and knows how difficult it can be to face up to it.
I had about 8 months of symptoms, not too serious, but enough that I should have went to the doctor earlier. So I think it's important that when you do have a symptom, as a doctor, you know, as a man, you think you're okay, you've got to go and see the doctor, because the earlier you find out you've got a problem, the more chance of getting a cure.
At the new hub, it's this type of killer disease that staff are trying to prevent by posting this kit out to people aged between 60 and 75. And on every even birthday, you get a reminder to do another one.
This screening programme saves lives. It can save your life. When this kit drops through your door, it's got 3 little doors on it, which is for 3 motions. Stop being squeamish, fill it in and send it back.
The samples are then tested for any potential problems. Any sign of blood, which may or may not be cancer, is followed up with a face-to-face appointment. The process of completing one of these tests may not be the most pleasant thing in the world, but doctors are encouraging people to put those thoughts aside, because something as simple as this could save your life. Tanya Shannon, BBC Look North, Gateshead.